This is a tough little video. Normally you hear me do videos that are very positive, very full of energy and such like that. And I don't talk about it a lot. I do every now and again, but I don't talk about it a huge amount. But about 10 years ago, I went through a really bad time with anxiety and panic attacks. And I used to basically pass out flat. And that was for about a year and a half. And I managed to work out triggers and stuff and figure out how to overcome it. And recently, I've been quite stressed, and to be honest, I've started sort of creeping back. Not full blown panic attacks where I pass out, but just bits of anxiety. And funny enough, I had my worst anxiety yesterday. As I was about to run a training session, and the people that were in the session will now twig. And I was about to start the session, I kind of just sort of froze. I just didn't know what to say, and I was just like, I had to get out of there. So I was like, I need some water. So I went to get some water. And I left the session. It's the first time I've ever done that first time I've done that in just under 10 years. And it's really unusual for me because normally I'm really on it. So, yeah, that happened yesterday during a training session. I had to get out of the room. So I did. Went and got some water and then gave myself a very stern talking to. Went back up and just about pieced together the session. The first 5 minutes was quite tough, and after that I kind of gelled and it was fine. But yeah, tomorrow I'm actually off to Manchester to the hospital to have a full medical, which again, something I've not done in years, but like a proper full medical for somebody in their mid-30s. Just check everything's okay and go from there, really. So, like I said, I don't talk about it much. It's not really a side of my life that I like to share that much. But, you know, it just goes to show it can happen to anybody. We are on the way to, sorry mate, we're on the way to the train station. So yay! We're off to Manchester today. You guys are going to go to museums and stuff, aren't you? There we are. So you guys are off to museums and things, aren't you, this morning? I've got to go to the hospital. And then we'll catch up this afternoon, won't we? Yeah? And Daddy's going to do his first Uber today. I've not done it yet. You know what's Uber? Uber is an app, Delaney, where I can book a car to come and collect me, pay for it on my phone, and I can track where it is on my phone and stuff like that. But it's basically, rather than using like a taxi, it's like a normal person with their own car that comes to pick me up. It's quite a clever business. Yeah, Manchester. I've got to be honest, this hospital is fucking plush. Like proper plush. It's nice. Right, I'm going to get started on my medical, so laters. Okay, I've finished my health check. Bottom line is I passed with flying colours, so everything's fine. I'm going to do a bigger video on this later because, funny enough, I'm just waiting for my very first Uber to arrive. So I want to make sure I get that right because I'm quite excited by having an Uber. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, I'm going to do it. Like I said, I'm going to do a much more in-depth video later when I get home about what I did today and about the reasons and the assessment and stuff like that. But man, like Bupa are good. Spire is a lovely place. But anyway, I'm going to go do my check out my first Uber, and we'll go from there. You may have noticed I've had a shave. Yeah, I did that quick video earlier after the hospital appointment, and I thought I would just finish off before I go to sleep this evening. So I'd been, as I said yesterday, I'd obviously, used to get panic attacks quite severely. I think, obviously different people get them in different ways, but I used to literally just pass out, bang, just randomly, and there were certain things I could and couldn't do. Like at one point I couldn't leave the house, couldn't get out of the car. By the time we went to the bank, drove all the way to Bristol, and then I was like, I can't get out of the car. It's just so weird, eh? So that went on for about a year and a half. I was having panic attacks, and finally I got through it, past it. I don't know how to what the terminology is. I guess resolve. I don't know. Managed it with help from my wife that's over there. My friends were great throughout the whole time. My family and stuff like that. So and work. So anyway, and yeah, as of recent, I've just kind of the last couple of weeks maybe they've creeped back a little bit, and I've just sort of noticed that. So I wanted to, I wanted to kind of nip that in the bud because they're no fun. They're just totally not fun. But also, I hadn't really been feeling fantastic. I wasn't. I guess when you get niggles, sometimes you're not quite sure whether they're serious, whether they're just age, whether they're just niggles, whether it's because you're just unfit at the time, or you're not eating very well, whatever it is. So I haven't shaved very well. There's a bit of a line, randomly. So yeah, so I wanted to go and get a health check, and I've worked in health and wellbeing for a number of years, so I knew it was the right thing to do. So I paid the money to go do it privately because you just can't get that level of health check on the NHS, which is a shame, but they just don't have the capacity. So I paid to do it privately. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I've got to be honest, Bupa were amazing. The facilities are fantastic. It's state of the art. The doctors were brilliant. The physicians were brilliant. The health clinicians were brilliant. Everything was great in terms of the service and such like that. And they really, really look after you. It's like kind of stepping into another world and almost being part of. At one point, it felt like I was part of like a bit of an elite club because the people that do go to these assessments are generally people with a very well paid job, or they do have a good amount of money because they're not cheap, these types of assessments, but they are worth every single penny. So I did my assessment today, really pleased that came out with flying colours pretty much. So there were no issues, no physical issues, no concerns such that. I've still got to wait for my cancer results to come back and my liver and kidney results and a few other bits and pieces from my bloods at the end of the week, but they look fine at the moment, on touch wood. So it was a good day, I guess, at the hospital, and really, really relieved to know that physically there's no problems at all, no heart problems, no lung problems. Everything's fine, and to a degree, I was actually quite a bit above average. Funny enough, which was really nice to sort of see and go through and hear and get all the results. I'll post some of the results maybe as I go through, but I just thought I'd do it. I just wanted to do a video because I do so much about positivity and like motivation and thinking positive, all those kind of things, which is just so important. But there is another side to it, and I did, and I on occasion still have some real kind of challenges with anxiety and more panic attack based. And like I say, those people that were at the training session of the day may have noticed something a bit odd about me, and that's a bit different. But I keep ploughing forwards, and I keep working on it, and it kind of finds new ways to creep up on me, and I find new ways to deal with it. And that's fine because I'm quite happy with that. So, just going to move forwards from this point, really. Certainly going to get exercising a lot more. I think tomorrow I might even do some body compositions and do things like that and post those online. So I kind of chuck out where I am or where I want to be, and maybe even put in a deadline. And now I'll track the progress as I go. So I'm going to very much work on my physical exercise, and I'm very much going to work on my diet, on my on what I'm eating, some of my nutritional side of things. Just looking at you for a nod. Yeah. So yeah, and I'm going to work on, this will be the hardest part of it all, reducing my stress levels. So reducing my stress levels is going to come down to working less hours.
In theory, but
yeah, it will ease less stress, a few less hours. So I won't do quite the same sort of 85, 90 hours a week. I'll do a few less hours, and I will reduce the pressure points. Concentrate more on focus more on certain items, get those nailed down, move on to the next ones rather than try and do 100 things in one go. That's my plan. So anyway, watch it, follow it, see how we get on. As always, love to hear your comments. If you have trouble with anxiety, depression, well, not so much depression from my perspective, but anxiety, panic attacks, let me know. Love to hear about it, hear about your experiences. And if you don't and you're not sure what they're like or about, then ask the question and I'll quite happily tell you. So that was today. Off to sleep now, and then on to a new day tomorrow.
Brother, it's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.